We need to have a conversation about the conversation.
The best bar none.
Best what?
The best bugger on the West Coast.
Jagtar Hotel, room 773.
Welcome back to H&P. My name is Adam and I got a special delivery today from LIONSGATE Limited. Now LIONSGATE's been a big proponent of physical media for the last couple years here, and they've been stepping up their game, and they've decided now to step up, step out, and start their own boutique label that they're calling LIONSGATE Limited. So they're like, we want to compete with the likes of like Arrow and Vinegar Syndrome, Imprint, Umbrella, all those guys that do the kind of special boutique labels here and everything. But the big question is will other studios follow suit with this? Should they try to make releases like this, or should they just keep farming them out to all those other boutique labels? We'll find out, and if this bad boy is worth the $80 that LIONSGATE Limited is charging. Yikes, let's check it out. Now this version is going to be a little bit different from the one that they released in the UK not too awful long ago. That was going to be the one, the second I saw that I was like, ooh, I really want that. And I'm glad that I didn't pull the trigger on it because they decided to release it out here in America. And the big difference being, of course, 4K is available worldwide here and everything. So if you have a 4K disc, whether it be from America or England or from Japan, wherever, that's gonna play in all of your players. But Blu-rays are still region coded and everything. And so the Blu-ray that you would get with this would not be able to be played in your regular NTSC Blu-ray player here and everything. But with it coming out for the US, we've got this formatted for just us here in North America and a couple other region 1 places. But let's check this out. Now this is a little bit different than the other one, so here's a not connected for your little back plate. Let's go ahead and read some of these fine special features off here for you, because this sucker is chock-a-block full with them. We got a Q&A with Walter Murch, that is the sound editor and editor of this movie. Filmed in Curzon, Soho, 2017. Francis Ford Coppola audio commentary, Walter Murch audio commentary. Close up on the conversation, Coppola dictates script, opening scene, the life of Henry Call, the conversation, introduction to Frank LaVista, Jagtar Hotel, police station ending, the Cindy Williams screen test, Harrison Ford screen test, David Shire interviewed by Francis Ford Coppola, interview with Gene Hackman from 1973, Henry Calls San Francisco, locations then and now, No Cigar, a 1956 short by Francis Ford Coppola, the original theatrical trailer, the 50th anniversary theatrical trailer, and the behind the scenes gallery. This sucker has a boatload of stuff in it. Now this is a little bit different from the other region and everything, because theirs opened with like kind of a book thing, sort of a magnet kind of deal. This is more, I call this the board game edition, if you will. I'm gonna slide that bad boy off top. We've got nothing there. First and foremost, we got 2 posters here, 2 little mini posters. This is the original theatrical poster here for the conversation. I've always really liked this one. Very cool. And we've got the 50th anniversary poster with a brand new art here. Little Gene Hackman playing his saxophone, very cool. Up next is this book. Let's check this bad boy out. It's a pretty decent little size. We've got essays and behind the scenes pictures, little thoughts on conspiracy theories, because that's what this movie is all about. Lot to get into if you choose to kind of look through that, if that's your bag. There's your back cover. Up next, I think this is one of the big differences between this set and the UK set here and everything. This one, instead of coming with a digipack like the original one does, this one comes with a steelbook with a slip case. Let's try to get this thing out here. Look at that, you got a little U meter there on the front. Oh, that is so cool. Let's open that up so you can see both sides. And there's your inside. It did come with a digital copy. That's mine. I always like to have stuff on the go if I need to. So you got your audio reels here. So if you're not aware, this is a movie about Gene Hackman, and he is an audio guy. Right, a movie after my own heart. And much like Blowout, he hears a little something and has to start solving some crime. And again, there's your slip cover there. All your special features on the back. I like that. Very cool. Much better than the digipack they gave with the other one. This one, far better choice. Now onto the weirdest part of the entire thing. I think it's cool, I think it's neat, but how many of us are actually going to be able to listen to it and do it? It is the soundtrack of the movie available on cassette tape. That's right, it came in this little guy here, so that's just to give you an idea of what box looks like. So you've got the soundtrack here on, audio cassette, like you always want to do. So if you're driving a car that is, pre-1996 or something like that, you'll be able to listen to this. Me, I'm going to have to try to find a way to play this some way or another. So that's it, everybody. That's $80 worth of 4K Blu-ray from the folks over at LIONSGATE Limited. Is this worth $80? I'm going to tell you unequivocally right now, no. I really like the conversation. I think it's one of Francis Ford Coppola's great films. His earlier stuff is always better than the later stuff. But I cannot justify anybody going out and spending $80 on this. Again, with one of those things that you'll never actually probably use, being the audio cassette tape and everything. You're not going to use that. You're probably not going to put up the mini posters. And so it really has you kind of scratching your head going, that's what you got, Lionsgate? Again, if you told me this was $60, I might be okay with it. $40 would be an amazing thing, because look at this. This is the, let me find this. So you've got True Romance here from Arrow Video. This thing's got a steel book in it. It's got a little collector's book just like this other thing does. A little hardback here. So it's like, this is fantastic. I think this retailed for like 30 bucks, maybe 40 bucks when it first came out here and everything. You can't find it anymore. And I'm sure you'll find many of these, because at $80, what a big one. Now, what I really want to ask you guys is, do you want to see the steelbook? What would you pay for the actual steelbook that came out with this? Because that is another option that they offered for Francis Ford Coppola's Apocalypse Now. All of those cuts are going to be available on 4K from Lionsgate Limited, and that's at a reasonable like $30, I think it is, somewhere along those lines. A lot cheaper than this. 80 bucks for this, cannot fathom it. But I did this so you don't have to. That will do it for this unboxing of the 50th anniversary limited edition Francis Ford Coppola's The Conversation from Lionsgate Limited. What do you guys think? Is this worth the $80? I certainly don't think so. But what would you pay for a steelbook if that were to come out separate? And why doesn't Lionsgate Limited offer that right off the bat like they do with, Apocalypse Now and stuff? Like and comment, subscribe, all that kind of good stuff. And remember, for every like, you say, I love Gene Hackman. And if you don't love Gene Hackman, I don't know how you got this far in the video. So also check out our podcast on iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, all of those places. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Hey! What part of shut up don't you get, idiot?